Hey.
How's it going, boys?
Great to see you. Obviously, CBS Golazo host Michael Grella here as soccer is happening in a big way. There's tournaments over here, there's tournaments over there, and these ones actually matter and have stars in all of it. This fella right here, Paisan, just got done pouring concrete. Is that right? You just got done doing this?
That's right. I still got some specks of concrete all over my forehead to splash.
Last week, you were cutting your grass. You were weed whacking. Today, you're pouring concrete. I appreciate the fact that you just, hey, dog over there, Grella. We appreciate that.
You never pay someone for something you can do yourself, Pat. You got to work, man. Every time you work, it's a good day, man.
Love that. Well,
Amen. Which makes me feel a certain way because, last time or 2 times ago when you were on, you said because your dad is from Italy, your parents are from Italy, and whenever we were growing up playing soccer, they talked about you being like, and this is an Italian kid who has American citizenship is how it was talked about in America, and then you said in Italy, you was like, this is an American kid who has Italian citizenship. So right now, I think after the United States of America, American football team, okay, in our sport, I need you to be American kid here and tell me that the United States soccer team is about to win the Copa America. Is that what I witnessed the other night whenever I was watching the boys play?
Man, wouldn't that be some shit if America wins in soccer and then doesn't win in football and basketball and all the other sports we should be winning at? Listen, I will say this. For the first time in a very long time, I look at the team, I look at the tournament, and I say, there's a chance, and there's a good chance. And we're the 5th favorite in the list right now to win the whole thing. There's a couple, obviously, big teams ahead of us, but we had a really good start to the tournament. I think when you watch Argentina, Brazil, Uruguay, and Colombia play, and you see how much firepower they have athletically and physically, we're there. We're there. It's very close in terms of the way we can dominate games. Obviously, in the first game, we dominate Bolivia, so there's a chance.
When I watch these games, I feel like when you zoom in, especially, it's a lot more physical than it seems like when you watch from the wide angle. What is considered a foul, a penalty, whatever it may be, and what is not? Because I feel like there's a fine line. In some games, the refs are calling it tight. Sometimes they let the boys play. Obviously, there's always people on the ground. Looks like they need to be, life lighted out of there, and they pop up and they play 4 seconds later. What is the physicality? Are we, the U.S. at least, are we a good physical team?
Yeah, physical, fast, strong, pretty organized, I would say. In terms of the physicality, it's like if you go down and watch from the pitch level, it's super physical. Guys are flying around the pitch, and shoulder to shoulder is what, by the letter of the law, is fair. But shoulder to shoulder has also turned into the pro level of you're able to extend your arm a little bit more now, and you're able to grab if it's only a few seconds. I mean, I watched Argentina-Chile the other day. The physicality in that game was mind-boggling. I mean, I'm looking at it like these guys have to be on some type of drug. I mean, the speed and the clashes that they got into. I mean, every time they close down Messi, 3-4 guys super fast. And these are guys that don't look big. They don't look strong. They probably wouldn't do well in a gym. But when you put them on a pitch and you put a 50-50 ball between them, God, they are so strong, low to the ground. So low center of gravity, and the game has become even more physical each year. But you go down and watch a game, like you said, and zoom into it or get down to a close level, and you'll see it's tough.
So I completely forgot about soccer in what contact is in soccer until that TST. And literally, as I turn and run my first time on, I think I'm open. This Jamaican dude he laughed about it immediately afterwards. Definitely did it on purpose, and it was hello. He literally just puts his shoulder right through my sternum, literally pop and then up and then just jogs away. And I'm like, I completely forgot you were allowed to do that cheap shit. You're allowed to do that cheap shit because there's only one ref really out there. There's one ref on the side, and there's so much running happening. So you're exhausted, obviously, and then you just get a couple little cheap shots in there. It's oh yeah, I forgot you can kind of. But then you know what it is though. The reason why AJ asked that question is because a lot of Americans, which he certainly represents, meatheads, we can't do the flopping. You know what I mean? The flopping is too much. So whenever you said that America is strong and fast, it's we like that. I think that's a good thing because last World Cup, he started flopping a little bit. And I think a lot of Americans kind of lost, that ain't how we are going to do this. it seems like where soccer is a good point for USA.
Grabbing of the fat. I mean, the grabbing of the private parts. You know.
Oh, you guys grabbing dongs out there?
Okay.
Jeez Louise.
Grabbing nuts.
Listen, whatever it takes to win. I personally haven't done it, but I've been on the other end of it, and all those guys will tell you. So there's dirty things. There's 22 players in the field at once. The game never stops. So there's things going on off the ball all the time.
You guys are always in the pile. I get it. Yeah, always in the pile there because, there's no refs watching, which is kind of the entire move. And it'll never be considered the most physical sport, obviously. But, when you consider they're running a marathon while doing it all, it is so much running, Grella. It is an absurd amount. That's like why Cristiano Ronaldo at this age still doing what he's doing is absurd because you have to be such a freak. Before we go to the Euros, because the boys do have questions, let's stay in Copa. Let's stay in America. Go ahead, Ty.
Yeah, Grella, obviously, the World Cup for, the layman fan, that's you're comparing everything to that. But the Euros and the Copa America is obviously massive tournaments. For Christian Pulisic, what does he need to do in order to kind of move himself to the forefront of the game globally? Because obviously, Americans, we talk about him hey, he's the best ever. He's our Captain America. But what does he need to do in this tournament, especially coming after how well he played for Milan? What does he need to do for the rest of this tournament to kind of cement his place in the game globally?
What would put it out of conversation is if they went on and won this thing, because he's at the forefront of everything that they do. Even if he's not scoring, he's creating, right? He just come off his best season at AC Milan, and I could tell you something. There's a well-known thing between players and people who have even walked into the San Siro, which is where Milan play, and they say you got to have square ones to walk in there, put a shirt on, and play in a game. You got to be pretty tough mentally, physically. You got to be sure your game.
In this particular time, than maybe at the World Cup. So I'm pumped to watch Pulisic.
Hell
We got a guy.
Absolutely.
He's going to win the Balloon d'Or.
Yeah.
Next year.
He's going to win the Balloon d'Or, Grella. You know it. I know it.
Listen, I hope so, but he's doing fantastic, and he's on an upward trajectory. So let's hope it keeps going.
Oh, okay. You're saying let's not put too much pressure.
The hell?
It sounds like you're saying we got a lot. We still got a lot to do here because what was it? The last World Cup, we were ready to.
Oh yeah,
we were
I was
gonna
done
win.
with him because he was the guy who was flopping and bitching nonstop, and it's hey, listen, pal, we got a lot of game left here. Okay,
You're the guy.
Yeah, let's go score one maybe.
That's because he was in the Premier League. Now that he's in a real league, in the Serie A, he knows.
Okay, maybe the Italians got him straight over there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe.
I don't know about that, but yeah, he's definitely got more
you,
physical,
Grella.
that's for sure.
Grella,
Well,
I know we're still talking about you hitting that hard. That was a beautiful thing. But
No.
We watched it happen, and hopefully they're not grabbing their dong to do this, but you guys slingshot yourselves a lot in soccer. Pat, it's a special teams move. You want to slingshot your guy around a dude or whatever. In soccer, when I'm down there at TST, you guys are grabbing dudes and slingshotting and not only stopping all of their momentum, but gaining ground on them all the time. That should be illegal as hell, I think.
Yeah, it's like a really grabby, touchy. It's almost like an art. It's almost like the game within the game, because you can grab guys and you can hold them and you can be physical with them as long as you just don't overdo it. I marked a lot of bigger guys on corner kicks. I was lucky enough when I played in the MLS. I marked Drogba and Lampard and Gerrard.
Yeah.
And
Didier, Drogba.
some of these monsters on, and I was much smaller. But right before, I had this little trick. Right before they would do the corner kick, I just put them in a bear hug for a second and a half, and it was enough to put them off of their run, off of their route, or however you want to picture it. And it was enough to aggravate them. And listen, I didn't have to head the ball, but I knew for sure they were not going to head the ball. So you can grab guys and you can be as physical as you want. Within reason. Again, you got to know the art of it.
Yeah, the set piece stuff where they have designed plays, it's just like whenever somebody runs man or press against a wide receiver with a quarterback on a timing route, it's like if you get them off time, ball's not going to be there. So we're
Perfect.
We're completely out of here. So that's on you. All I got to do is imagine Grella just on Drogba.
Gotcha.
Yeah, on the pride of Ivory Coast. I actually couldn't imagine.
Dude, sometimes it's just a really strong pull with one hand so that nobody could really see it, on the backside of them.
Have you been training with Russell Wilson in a boxing gym with Freddie Rooks?
Jonah Hill and Moneyball.
You just make believe it's a wheelbarrow filled with concrete, man. Just grab it.
I can't believe
and hold
you're out
on
there
to it for a
laying
couple
concrete.
seconds.
I cannot believe you. I appreciate and respect that you are. We do love it. And Maraldo is back there clapping because his dad is a concrete man as well. Maraldo.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, FM Maraldo Concrete.
Best in the biz.
Best in the can't book the fucking guy because he's so busy, actually, laying so much concrete 40 years in. Hey, Frank, come on. Get us in the schedule.
Please.
He's got so much concrete to lay.
Yeah.
What do you want from the guy?
Booked out till 2040.
He's got so much concrete.
Yeah.
I think they even say he didn't wear knee pads. This guy's with no knee pads.
Yeah, he's paying for it now, but
His knees are cement now.
No knee pads.
That's crazy.
Nah, you didn't
Good
wear
for
knee
him.
pads. I never did.
Yeah,
either.
dude. Some of these guys you see working now, they're not like the guys from 20, 30 years ago. I mean, these guys are unicorns. You're never going to see them again.
Amen. Amen.
No respirator, no knee pads. Just get to work, boys.
Oh my God. That's crazy.
What are you, Grella? You building a patio or something? What are you doing?
I'm building I'm putting a shed on top of this slab. So
It's nice.
yeah.
Build a
Got some,
shed.
you got some
Of
rebar
course,
in there?
Of course, no permits, none of that. Just get it done.
Whoa, whoa.
Of course. Whoa. You got all the
Wear your
permits. You
dress
got
out
all the
there. Tell 'em your
permits.
Classic
dress.
Italy.
Yeah.
This guy's in New Jersey right now calling us. That's great. It's great that he's calling us from New Jersey. You have a field back there? Your kids play soccer? Are they going to kick off the shed?
Yeah, no, it's going to be on the other side. I got the little field on the next to the other stuff. So yeah, they're out there training every day, man. I got a friend from Argentina who came over the holidays, and he said it's harder to get 3 points on this pitch that I have in my backyard here than it is in Old Trafford, man, because the kids are just animals and just go after it every day. It's incredible.
I assume you enjoy the hell out of watching that all. They are American kids.
It's going to be a difficult ride, but this is when, if you're a neutral soccer fan or you're trying to get into it, this is when you want to tune into this tournament. This is when it gets really good in the knockout stage. It's one and you're done. You lose, you go home. So it gets really interesting now.
So was your dad so emotional because was it the Croatians that were snapping spaghetti in front of the Italians' faces?
That was the Albanians.
It was the
Albanians.
Oh, so did that add a chip on the shoulder here for the? Well, I guess I shouldn't say chip. What should I say?
Spaghetti.
Mozzarella.
fried
penne.
On the shoulder, or
fried mozzarella.
why so emotional? The Euros are a big deal. These Euros are a massive ordeal. I think that's what I'm learning by watching not only Gumpy watch it for his grandma from England, but just watching the scenes and the videos from behind the scenes at this tournament. It's like that's why I want America to be in it and win it. But this is a massive ordeal. This tournament for everybody. I guess I need to respect it a little bit.
I think there's a real attachment and sense of pride in like the country that you came from and the way that you interpret the game and sort of the culture that represents it. This is them snapping the spaghettis. This is one of the better scenes. There's been some fights and some bad scenes also, but this is one of the better ones where they're having a good time. But the energy in the stadium, the energy around it. I mean, I think there's such a sense of pride and belonging to the country that you're from and their ability to play football. So people really buy in and people get really connected. I mean, in 1994, when they had the World Cup back in the States, I mean, that's when I fell in love with the game, just because of how passionate, even the neutrals were and even people in this country and how much that moved the needle for a little while. So we're going to see it again. We're going to see World Cup fever here soon. And obviously tune into this because this is it's really good.
How's Tony Meola doing? How's Coach doing?
Yeah.
I was with Tony yesterday. We played golf all day, and then we went out to eat to an Italian restaurant. We had a good time. He was, dude, it was the funniest thing in the world, man. We played 27 holes. He's only used to playing 18. People don't realize how big Tony is. He's got big mitts, his hands, and he's got this big old back. Dude, on the 25th hole, I swear to God, I thought I was going to have to tow him out of there. He was done. He was done. He couldn't hit the ball. He's like, I'm tired, man. I thought we had to tie him up by the leg and pull him out of there.
He has that hip too. Remember, he has a bad hip. I think at this point.
Dude, he could not move.
I don't know how
Watching him
Tony
bend
Meola
down.
made it 27.
What?
Did you guys go to iCryo? Would we tour it all before? There's 27 holes with Tony Meola right now.
He's like, dude, you got to feed me. I'm tired. I'm hungry. I'm like, Tony, like, what the fuck? And so then I had to bring him around the corner. A buddy of mine, we went to an Italian restaurant. We filled Tony up. We got him some pasta, some braciole, and we nursed him back to full fitness, man.
You know what he needs.
Hey, come on now. Fill him up. Fill him up now.
The regat.
Look at this guy.
He needs to be
This
filled.
guy.
Fill this guy.
This guy.
Hold it onto his back.
Coach,
I need some
happy you got filled up with some rigatone. What did
Some
you guys order?
braciole, dude.
What do you guys order? Whenever you go, because your dad is a chef from.
My dad's a chef from Naples, obviously, but
Florida.
He's owned his own stuff. He's done his own stuff now, but I'll always get like like a good pasta if they have something homemade pasta. Like yesterday, we got pork braciole with some pasta. We had like a couple clams in the beginning, some shrimp oregano. I like the spicier stuff, so I'll stick with that stuff. But everything was pretty good. But Tony, man, he needed it. Tony was in bad shape, man. I was worried about him.
How was the
Fazoli's right now.
Please stop.
I need pasta.
Can we stop, please?
Dude, and then,
Fazoli's.
Pat, then he goes, the guy's a friend of mine, so he brings out, like, he goes, oh, do you guys want desserts on the house? We go, no, we're good. Tony's like, no, I don't eat dessert.
Oh, okay.
This guy brings out this tiramisu that's like,
Who?
It's like for three people.
Who? What'd you say?
A tiramisu, like it's actually, I learned this the other day. It's tiramisu, which means pull me up because it's got espresso and liquor in it. So this guy brings out this guy brings this cake out that's like for 3-4 people. Tony goes, no, I'm good. I don't want dessert. Dude, he deletes it. He deletes it. I don't even get a spoon. I don't even get a spoon in the thing. It's gone.
Yes, please.
So I was like, shit. Imagine if you ate dessert, dude.
Tony Caboli. Just living up to his name, man. Just like I said. He's got a brother in Pittsburgh.
We just got 2 Italians roaming a golf course.
Yeah.
Just turn the corner. We need all the pasta and tiramisu.
Yep.
That's not what it's called, but
Yeah, that is what it's called. You heard him say it.
yeah, okay.
Tiramisu.
The pasta we had down in Cary, North Carolina, you rank it top 6, 5, top
No,
7.
he was saying like Fazoli's better.
Oh, yeah, Fazoli's. You like the chicken parm nuggets.
They're samplers to die for.
So good.
Breadsticks. I mean, how many times do we have to say it?
Yeah, piping hot every time.
Can't beat him.
No, I'm not kidding. I wouldn't feed it to an animal. I'm not actually kidding.
Whoa. To
Not even a dog?
Thank you, Grella.
Stray dog.
Thank you.
Joining
Either
us
one,
now. Joining us now.
It was tough.
After a tiramisu performance that people are going to talk about for lifetimes, for a golfing performance that people are heralding as one of the most electrifyingly conditioned athletes in the history of golf, TST legend, United States of America soccer hero, Tony Meola.
Yeah, Tony.
Tony, how's it going, pal?
I'm just trying to eat a nice lunch after working hard today. Some guy's sitting around all morning like Grella, and I see his face. So I don't know what he's talking about, but you said golf, so I assume it's from yesterday. So let's go. Roll.
How'd it go? How'd it go? 27 holes. I would never sign up for that in a million years. Did you know you were playing 27 holes?
No, I had no idea. Who the hell would sign up for 27 holes when it's 98 degrees out and, and nothing covered? But I played. Actually, we played 26, I think, right? Is that right, Greg?
Hey, Tony, how tired were you at the end on a scale from 1 to 10?
What do you mean at the end? You mean still now? What are you talking about?
We got a hangover.
I was so tired, man. No, I do. I have a golf hangover. I love the game. I don't think I'm ever going to play again.
Okay, so let's talk about the post golf. Heard you had some great Italian. Hey, I heard it was some great Italian from the boys, and then even a free dessert from the chef. I mean, grazie. I heard all over the place.
Yeah, I mean, it's come as a surprise that Grella would take me out after that to a nice Italian. By the way, Grella, if you go to Long Island, Grella knows everybody. There's not he's like the mayor everywhere. We drove 20 minutes from the course. He's waving to people when we go in, and he knows everybody. I couldn't wait to eat. I hadn't eaten all day. Well, Grella's got to talk to like 15 different people. Then the father, who was off, what was the father's name? I forget.
Angelo.
The father comes, Angelo. Angelo's not working. Like, he's like retired, but somehow showed up smelling nice in the cologne, everything. He couldn't wait to see Grella again. They were talking about how they buried some guy a couple of years ago. The guy talked to him. The guy hit him with a 2x4. Like, I mean, what? It's unbelievable. It was incredible.
Well, I heard that nothing was as incredible as the tiramisu. I heard it was a good tiramisu. Best in the world.
Or was it flan or tea? It was like something. I wouldn't know. It was gone.
I didn't give Grella one chance to get to that piece.
That's what we heard. Hey, we appreciate the hell out of you, Coach. Have a great lunch.
Hey, by the way, man, Grella can play some golf. I don't know what he told you about my golf game, but Grella can play some golf.
That makes sense. He's a stick. Obviously, the guy's a stud, just like you. Ladies and gentlemen, Tony Meola.
Yeah.
Whoa.
All right, boys.
Is he on? Tony.
Sorry, boys.
Tony. We're beating Panama tonight? Yeah,
What's
we're winning this whole thing?
Oh, yeah, we're beating Panama tonight. Don't worry about that.
And
I'm going to go 3-1 tonight.
And we're winning the whole thing.
We can win it. Got to beat Uruguay first. Somewhere along. They don't have to beat them in the first round, but they're gonna have to beat either Colombia or Brazil. Look, if we're good enough, we'll take care of it. We'll find out though next couple days. I'm rooting for them. Look right here. Game day, my friend.
Hell
Game
yeah.
day.
Let's go.
Yeah. There we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tony Meola, appreciate you. You hear that, Grella? Maybe you can, same.
I know. I should have put on a USA shirt too. Shoulder support, man.
Yeah, but you're laying concrete.
yeah,
That's
don't
right.
want to do that. In the USA.
27 holes. Tony Meola's acting like he got wheelchaired in there.
Yeah.
This
in
guy's
a
laying
hospital bed.
concrete the next day. Jeez Louise. All right, can't wait to go to, remember you're in New Jersey, not in Long Island.
That's right.
Remember, because
Yeah.
Yeah, Tony.
Permits
Tony
and
just
whatnot.
didn't know.
Tony didn't know. We appreciate you, man.